All right, it's that time of year again. But hold on. Before you even think about writing down a single goal, I want you to stop. Because today, we're going to break down a totally different way of thinking. It's an approach that actually works with your brain instead of, fighting against it. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds nuts, right? I mean, aren't goals supposed to be the key to everything? But what if they're actually setting us up to fail? That's the big idea we're diving into today, and honestly, it might just flip the script on how you look at the whole year.
You know the drill. We grab a notebook and we write down these huge, sweeping goals. They feel so good to write, don't they? So powerful. For a minute, you feel like you've already changed. It's the classic New Year's high.
Okay, but here comes the tough part. Psychology tells us something a little uncomfortable. That great feeling? It's just a feeling. It's not actual progress. Just writing down a goal doesn't magically change what we do every day. There's this massive gap between what we intend to do and what we actually do.
And that gap is what I call the New Year goal trap. So let's get into it. Why do our amazing intentions, all these big goals, just fizzle out by the time February rolls around? This right here, this is the core of the problem. Think about it. Goals are all about the future, right? They're about some amazing result we want down the road. But your brain isn't a time machine. It lives right here, right now, in the present. And it only cares about one thing. What's the very next action? It's always screaming, okay, great, but what do I do right now?
It's kind of like you're a manager giving a command to a super literal employee. You say, I want to be disciplined this year. And your brain just looks back at you and goes, okay, and what does that mean I should do today, right now? If you don't give it a super specific, immediate task, you know what it does? It just defaults to the easiest thing, which is usually doing nothing at all.
And that's when this nasty chain reaction kicks in. Those big, vague goals, they create confusion. That confusion makes us delay. Then we start overthinking everything. And boom, we're totally paralyzed. And the one thing that's not happening? Action.
So we've got this battle going on. Your brain needs instructions for right now, but your goal is focused on way later. The result is what you could call the science of inaction. It's the perfect formula for staying put. But don't worry, there is a way to fix this whole mess.
And this is the absolute key. Your brain cannot execute a result. It just can't. It doesn't know how to lose 20 pounds. That's an outcome. But what it can do, what it's brilliant at, is executing a specific instruction, like go for a 10-minute walk after dinner. See the difference? That's not a goal. That, my friends, is a system.
So this is the big pivot. We're moving away from the problem and straight into the solution. Let's talk about the power of building a system and how we can shift our focus from some far-off result to a simple daily routine. So here's the big idea. Instead of setting a bunch of goals this year, I want you to build just one simple system. Just one. That's it.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? Let's get super practical. I'm going to give you a clear 4-step action plan to build a system that actually works.
And here it is. The whole thing, right here. 4 simple steps. Choose one daily action. Fix the time, attach it to a habit you already have, and track your consistency. That's the whole game plan. Let's break them down.
All right, step 1. This is maybe the most important part. You need to choose one daily action. And it has to be so small, so ridiculously small, that you'd feel kind of stupid not doing it. We're talking reading 2 pages, not a whole chapter. Walking for 10 minutes, not an hour-long workout. Writing 3 lines in a journal. The goal here isn't to change your life overnight. It's to build momentum. Step 2. Fix the time, not the target. See, your brain absolutely loves certainty. It hates vague words like later. Saying you'll do something later is useless, but at 7:30 p.m., that's a command your brain can work with. It takes the decision out of it, and that's huge, because decision-making is where motivation goes to die.
Okay, step 3. This is a neat little psychological trick called habit anchoring. All it means is you're going to attach your new, tiny habit to an existing one, something you already do without thinking, like brushing your teeth or making your morning coffee. So it becomes, after I brush my teeth, I will read 2 pages. The old habit literally becomes the trigger for the new one. It's brilliant because it takes almost no willpower. And finally, step 4. This is a massive mindset shift. I want you to stop tracking the outcome. Seriously, don't track your weight, don't track the money. Track the effort. The only thing you need to track is a simple yes or no question.
Did I show up today? That's it. A simple check mark in a calendar. You're shifting your focus from the result, which you can't always control, to the action, which you can.
Now, when you put these 4 steps together, something really cool starts to happen. This stops being about a to-do list. It starts being about building an identity.
So why does this work so well? Well, because the action is so small and you're so consistent, your brain just stops fighting it. There's no resistance. And then that little action becomes familiar, then it becomes automatic. And here's the absolute best part. Motivation becomes totally irrelevant. You don't have to feel like doing it. You just do it. It's part of who you are now.
And that's the real secret to discipline. It isn't about brute force. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. Real, lasting discipline is just about building a system where the right things become your default, your automatic routine. It's not about force, it's about flow.
You know, most of us fail because we try to change our entire year all at once. This whole approach is the complete opposite of that. So my advice? Don't try to change your whole year. Just focus on changing how you show up each day.
If you remember one thing from this, let it be this. Systems build results. Goals don't.
So I'll leave you with this question. What's it going to be? What is the one tiny action that you are going to do every single day this year? Think about it. What system will you build starting right now?